talked about how thoughts influence your emotions and how thought plays a major role in you acting out of your emotions. And while thinking of it, I was thinking that there was still more that I can say on it, and there is still more that I could explain it to make it easier for my reflections to understand. As not being in control of our emotions is one of the main factors why we make so many mistakes in our lives and why we have so much karma recurring over and over in our lives, as we tend to act out of our emotions instead of acting out of knowledge and out of wisdom and out of patience. In which manner does your thoughts have an effect on your emotions? We as human beings, we have a certain thing which is called the natal chart, and this natal chart allows you to perceive life from a certain point of view. And when you perceive life from a certain point of view, you as the individual, you will describe this point of view as your subjective view. But outside of this objective view, you are also capable, it is in your capabilities to look at life and situations and circumstances objectively. In other words, you can look at any situation from your point of view, then you can take a moment to yourself and look at the situation from a different point of view. From a point of view of your partner, from the point of view of your parent, from the point of view of your child, of your friend, family members, whatever the case may be. So when you master this and you can look at life from different point of view, from the perspective of you and from the perspective of the person that did you wrong, or the person that is stirring certain emotions up in you, this will give you the opportunity, if you take that time and space between feeling and acting, that buffer moment in between, you can take a couple of seconds to yourself and try to understand where this person is coming from. And as soon as you master this will not happen overnight. This is something that you will have to practice daily, because it is daily that people's energies will have an influence and impact on how you feel about them and how you feel about certain circumstances in certain situations. So I decided to post this video again in follow-up of my previous video to make this more clear to my reflections, that as to how your thoughts have an influence on your emotions. All of us, we go through things. It may feel that in that certain situation that it is happening to you and you are the only person that is going through these things. But there is, to every situation, there is more than one point of view as to look at it. You can look at it from your point of view. You can look at it from the person's point of view that did you wrong. You can look at it from the point of view of the person that is not involved in this situation that is happening between you and the next person, or you can look at it from a point of view as a whole. And as soon as you practice yourself and you train yourself daily before you react to anything that happens to you, you try to perceive it from a different point of view, you will see that it changes how you feel, it changes your emotions, it changes your reactions, and you can only know this and experience this when you try it and apply it to your life, and this will allow you to feel it. And more often than not, when you feel something, it will have a bigger impact on your life than when you just there where you just think about it. If you feel something, it will have a bigger impact on your life as to where you just think about it. So apply this to your life. If someone does something to you, take that buffer moment, try and look at it from his point of view, try and look at it from a point of view that maybe this person does not know better. Try to look at it from a point of view that maybe it is because of my situation and of me allowing myself to be in this situation that this person does this to me? Or can it be that this person has a valid reason why he is doing this? So this will allow for you to be more in control of your emotions, and this will allow for you to manifest a more desirable environment around you. And all this knowledge that I am sharing, this is sharing from a place of experience, and this is sharing it from a place of knowing, and this is sharing it from a place of feeling. And why I am doing this is to share this with the people, in particularly my people, to, in the circumstances that we as colored people we find ourselves in, it is more often than not that people react out of a place of hurt, of anger. And behind all this hurt and anger is nothing but misunderstanding. We don't understand ourselves, we don't understand the following next person, we don't understand the situation, we don't understand life. We don't understand why this is happening to us, and we don't understand why this is happening to us repeatedly. As soon as we start to understand these things one by one, you will not be able to understand everything at once. You're going to have to dissect everything, take it apart, ask questions to each thing individually. As your body is built up of trillions of cells, and each cell, each individual cell has a job that it has to perform, so too does life want to be taken apart in each situation, in each circumstances, in each action, in each decision that you take. When you bring that all together, that is life. But when you take it apart, and break it apart, then everything is just circumstances. Everything is just happenings. Everything is just split seconds of decision makings in seconds of taking actions on those decisions. So if we as a people, we try to understand ourselves and we are trying to understand the next person, then it will become clear to us why is it that our people is suffering from an epidemic of single parenting, where the mother is usually looking after their children alone. Why is it that our men is either gangsters, is either in prison, or is either caught in a world where he makes more than earthly possession than what he does make of his brother and sister? Why is it that we are caught in a reality where gangsterism has a grip on our communities and our people live in a constant state of fear? Why is it that our people is caught in a paradigm of using drugs, and with each generation that comes, the usage of drugs just get worse and worse and worse and worse? Why is it that we are caught in a paradigm where people throw themselves and throw their full belief into a religion and worships a God where he doesn't even worship or respect or acknowledge his own brother and sister? Why is all this? This is the questions we should ask ourselves, and if you ask ourselves this sincerely, and you do your due diligence to try and figure out these questions, life itself will start to unravel itself to you, because you yourself, you are life. You are the creator of every situation that you find yourself in. You are the creator of your whole universe. Everything that you think, that you hear of what other people did, everything that is told to happen, everything that did happen, this is all in your mind. And it is because of your previous life's doing and decision making that you placed yourself in this realm of existence with these circumstances, in these situations, in this reality. Everything that is happening to you stems from a thought, your thought. And that is one of the greatest gifts that the Almighty God, Allah, has given to us, that you have control over your own thoughts. But at the same time, when Allah gave you that gift to have full control over your own reality and over your own circumstances, there are those entities, there are those individuals that is going against the plan of the Almighty. There are those individuals with their agendas that is going against the prosperity of nature. There are those individuals whose prime objective is to distract the masses with irrelevant things while they are busy to kill, steal and destroy. They are destroying the planet while we are too distracted with the life hardships that we are going through. And the more that we as a people, we try to fit ourselves into this Babylonian system. When I say a Babylonian system, this is a system that has nothing to do with God. This is a system that has nothing to do with Allah. Even if they mention Allah and they promote God and they advise you to go to church, and even if they portray churches on TV, that has nothing to do with the true divine knowledge of self, which will allow you to enter the kingdom of God. The main objective of this society where we find ourselves in is to gain money, is to gain wealth, is to be successful in their way, by having a big house, by having cars, by having money. Whereas all that which I just mentioned, the earthly possessions, will count for nothing when you will close your eyes and fear before the Almighty. The only thing that you will take with you is your thoughts, your memories and your deeds. And it is according to that that you will be judged. So all these riches that we as a people, we aspire to, that we want to achieve, that is nothing. And the Almighty, He allows it for some individuals to achieve this only for them to realize that having everything, whereas money and wealth is concerned, has no contribution to your spiritual life, to your soul, to the fulfillment of your soul. So by understanding these things, piece by piece by piece by piece by piece, and being smart enough and wise enough through your life experiences to put everything together, each and every one of us, we have an individual life experience. And no matter how I try to break everything apart and try to explain it to my reflections and try to bring across this message, it is only me that perceive life from my point of view. You, there where you are, you will perceive life from your point of view. But the experiences in general, and the laws of the universe in general, and the lies that each and every one of us is going through in general, that is the things that connects us, and that is the truth that should resonate with you as it should resonate with me. As we are all part of one collective consciousness, which is the subconsciousness. And because why these individuals that is ruled by the lower selves, these individuals that has gone against nature, that is ruled by the evil one and influenced by the evil one, they understand these things as to how to control the mind of the masses. They understand that to control the mind of the masses, they need to alter your genes and your DNA. And they are doing this through altering your foods. They are doing this through programming what it is you see. They are doing this by promoting fear through movies, newspapers, everything. And while they are doing this, and we are consumed by all this false information, these entities in the background is busy to destroy the earth. And although they can try how hard to destroy earth, their arms is too short to box with God. They will never destroy earth because earth is too big. But by doing this, it will happen sooner or later that earth will retaliate and fight back. You as a human being, when you get sick, your body heats up to fight that virus, to fight that infection. So too does the earth heat up. They call it climate change. They call it global warming. That is the earth heating up by the help of the sun to activate the genes that is dormant in your DNA. Activate these dormant genes in your DNA in order for you to have these thoughts that I am broadcasting here over the social media. This is the divine way of thinking, and this is to proclaim the kingdom of God, to tell you that I am aware that I am God, that I am a piece of God experiencing life subjectively. But this in itself is an illusion, Behind this, you should know the truth. What is behind this? That you are the observer and you are the observant. You are the everything and you are the only one in existence. And me, I am you and you are me. We stem from the same power source. And through our astrological energies, that is what gives us the illusion of separation. So in order for you to truly love someone else, you first need to love yourself. And it depends how you love yourself. This is the type of people you will attract to you. I'm not saying that religion is wrong, but these entities that I mentioned earlier, that is influenced and controlled by the lower self thoughts, the same access that they have to all your resources, where food and water and environmental privileges is concerned, they have the same access to the resources of information. The Bible and Quran was written by man. It was copied from ancient informations, from messages that was passed down and passed down but passed down. In the universe, God, Allah allowed this to happen. But through the stories that was told and through the stories that was altered, the truth is still in there. So not to say for you to put away the Bible, put away the Quran. It is for you to read it in a manner where you will be allowed and you will be capable of deciphering the hidden messages that is in there. Like for instance in the Bible, all the doctrines that is describing you the journey of Jesus. If Jesus was a man that really existed, or he was a man that did not exist, that is not the point. The point is the characteristic that is portrayed by that individual. That is the example that all of us should follow. The example of Muhammad that was portrayed in the Quran, that is the example that we should follow. If these individuals was white or black or rich or poor, that is not the point. The point is that you get the message. Take the gems that you see is usable and could help you on your journey. Take that and move with that. Study your astrological energies. Understand your mind. Think objective. Open your mind. Don't just be subjective. There is more than one point of view. There is more than one point to reach a destination. Our destination should be to live in tune with nature. And this is a rocky and narrow and hard path. And where I found myself now, I am still on my journey. I'm on my journey mentally and I'm on my journey physically. And no matter how slow I am moving, I am fully aware that I am moving indeed. And if I do fail and I fail forward, to stand up again, dust myself off and go again. There will come a time when you're going to truly feel and you're going to know that you're going to have to detach yourself from certain things. Every day you should ask yourself, is this for a betterment? Is this for the betterment of me? Is this for the betterment of my soul? Is this for the betterment of my mind? Is this for the betterment of my spiritual growth? The answer will only be one of two, yes or no. While you still see you have a benefit therein, then utilize it. Exchange the energy. There is many ways of sex. Sex is SEX, sacred energy exchange. You exchange energy with this that you eat. You exchange energy with people you converse with. You exchange energy with people that you are in close proximity with. You exchange energy with your partner that you have intercourse with. There is many ways of exchanging sex. There is many ways of exchanging energy. There is many ways of making sex, of having sex. And your energy is sacred. Like you value that 100 rand in your pocket and say that it is yours and feel offended when it is taken from you or stolen from you. Your energy that you permit and you receive is a million times more sacred than that paper. And your energy, you should look after it. You should be aware and you should be vigilant as to the people you interact with and talk with. Because if you are in a conversation with people that is not on the same thought frequency as you, and the more that you try to explain to them, and the more that they show to you that they do not want to let go of their ways, you will feel drained afterwards. Because in that instance, you only gave them your energy and they gave you nothing back that you can use. Your thoughts is very important, your mind is very important, and your mind is not just in your head. Your mind is your whole body. Your body is an extension of your mind. Everything that you see around you, that is the mind of God, and you are God, and you yourself, you are thought of God, and everything that you interact with, that is a thought of you. So everything that you feel inside, in your deepest inside, it will be projected into your reality. Whatever you value in your heart, consciously or subconsciously, that is what will be projected to you. 98% of your life, if it is proven through quantum physics, you can look it up, quantum physics on YouTube. 98% of your life is run on the subconscious programming. You can make conscious decisions through the walk of the day, but the rest of your life is running on your subconscious, and your subconscious is programmed by your environment. So ask yourself, what environment am I in? Does this environment promote love, or does this environment promote fear? Does this environment give me healthy food, or does this environment give me food that is harmful to me? Does this environment allow me to interact with people with positive energies, or does this environment allow me to interact with people with negative energies? This is the questions that we should ask ourselves. And if you truly love yourself, you will give yourself the best, and you will give those that you love the best. I am talking to my people, I am talking to the colored people in particular, as it seems that there is no one that wants to stand up and say the message. As it seems there is no one who wants to stand up and speak the truth. And the universe, as I said previously, the universe allowed it for us to have access to social media, to have access to these pages and platforms where it is allowed for us to speak to the whole world. I am off, my brothers and sisters, and I am about to attend the meeting. I love myself and made my